Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another character breakdown for Marvel's Contest of Champions for Android and iOS. Today we have a very interesting character, mainly due to the fact that this is basically a trophy character. He's available as a 1 and 2 star champion within the base crystal pool, but if you want him in any higher rarity, you're going to have to buy him either on an in-game special offer with in-game currency, or more likely an offer where you will need to spend some real money in order to purchase the character. Or either way, when these offers come around, they are very steep, and so you're probably going to have to spend some real money to get some in-game currency in order to make the purchase for the character. And he does have a lot of power behind him, which does make him quite desirable. But in my mind, it just kind of perturbs me a little bit because he is a trophy character. And if he were more readily available, I feel like there's more commentary that I could give on ways that he could be changed or altered. But since basically no one, especially those who don't spend a lot of or any money on this game, can attest, you're never going to have an opportunity to use this character outside of the very, very early game when you get him at his lower rankings. But we'll still have a look at him and discuss how he works, because there are some pieces of in-game content with the variant issues that have made the lower ranked characters a little bit more valuable. So being familiar with his playstyle will certainly pay off to some degree. And if you do end up purchasing him, of course, that's a good thing to be able to use as well. So his base function is very, very simple. With the special attacks, with Vision's special attacks, anytime he drains the opponent down to 0 power, it will apply a 7-second heal block debuff on the opponent, which is very nice, especially against characters that have a lot of regeneration capabilities. Mainly a lot of the mutant type characters with Wolverine, X-23, and those type of regenerative characters. It's very nice to be able to negate their ability to heal back up. The only more desirable trait is, of course, the newer Petrified debuff, which will reverse the effect of healing. But I don't see that being added to this character at all with as powerful as he already is. In addition to being able to apply a heal block to your opponents, the Vision also has full immunity to poison and bleed effects, and that makes a lot of sense because, well, he doesn't have any blood and he's not a living organism to any degree, to the point where a poison would affect him. So not a whole lot more to read into there. These special attacks have varying degrees of efficiency when it comes to power burn, and they will all burn a certain amount of power off of the opponent. And there are special attacks that do this more efficiently than others. The special attack 1 will burn up to 39% of the opponent's power, so that will take them back a little bit more than a full bar of power. And that's always very helpful, especially if you have them all the way up to the special 3. If you are unlucky enough to get them up that high, you can back them back down to just under their special 2, which, again, is in most cases more desirable, though there are a couple of characters that have more meaningful interplay by getting around the special 2 instead of the special 1. The special 2 attack from Vision will burn 100% of the power wherever they're at, and that's always the best option that you can go for, because, I mean, returning the opponents down to ground zero, you don't have to worry about them unleashing any sort of special attack at all. And especially with the secondary function of this power burn, where it will inflict direct damage to the opponent proportionate to the power that is drained or burned off of the opponent. That is very useful as well, because you can get a nice bit of bonus damage on your opponent by draining a higher amount of power off of them. And then the special 3 attack is the least efficient out of the previous ones, and so you really shouldn't ever use this except for on the unlucky circumstance where you let the power run a little bit too high, which is easier to do with this version of Vision. The special 3 will burn up to 33% of your opponent's power, so it'll take a bar of power off of them. And again, it can be used in a pinch if you accidentally get sent over the limit, but apart from that, it's nothing super crazy. The signature ability for Vision is Synthesis, where he will periodically regenerate power into his own power meter, and at maximum efficiency, you can gain 50% power on that interval, and I didn't time it out, but it's somewhere along the lines of 25 to 30 seconds. So you can get a feel for when you're going to receive that power over the course of the fight. And that's where I had mentioned a moment ago that this version of Vision is a little bit trickier to avoid getting up to that special 3, because you can be sitting very prettily at a bar and a half of power and hoping to get another combo in, or have that special 2 ready to go at the end of your combo, and that Synthesis kicks in and just drives you over into the special 3, which is always unfortunate when that does happen, but there's not really a way to get around it except for very specifically dialing in your internal clock to recognize when you're going to have that Synthesis kick in and burn your power preemptively beforehand, so you don't get to that special 3 and can get better benefits from the specials 1 and 2 and the power burn perks that come along with that. So in this series, I typically take a moment after we've looked at how the character works and I propose changes or improvements to the character. Not only do I not think that this version of Vision needs to have a lot of tweaks done to them or anything really changed, even if there was something that I felt like could be altered, it wouldn't really benefit anyone except for those who have purchased the character when he comes around on those sorts of special offers, which I know is a little bit of a bummer and a letdown, but that's just kind of the way that Kabam has decided to go with this character and a select few others. But what do you think? Do you think that there are changes that need to be made to Vision? Do you feel like there's anything I've missed or have looked over or undersold at all? Be sure to let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, especially if you've made it this far, make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for the daily variety content. Thanks again for your time, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day.